back, Addy Brown, I guess would be the way I would start. I thought we played great. I really did at both ends of the court. Did everything that we practiced, defended according to the scouting report, took care of the ball, made the shots we were supposed to make. And, I think for me, the highlight was the ovation Addy Brown got when she was introduced in the starting lineup, which she deserved, but again, just another example of our fans and their knowledge and appreciation of our players. So really, we had a 5-game stretch. We got 2 down, all really tough games, but one, if not the best overall game of the season for us, is certainly on the short list.
What was the plan for Addy tonight, and then what's kind of the plan moving forward?
The plan was 20 minutes max. So Doc Shulman, Tessa, 1937. So I kept it under that. Thank you, Billy. And then it's just how she feels, day to day. Obviously, the goal will be to increase her minutes. Certainly, I don't know when, but she was released yesterday afternoon, and the decision was let her go and play 20 minutes. So that's what we did.
What was that like in that news?
Felt like my grandkids at Christmas time, obviously, Addy changes our team dramatically. You can just, Jada plays better when Addy's in the game. Addy plays we're just better with her in the game, and that's not a brilliant statement. But I think for her, and I've said this to you guys many times, there's nothing worse than seeing a young person hurt. Not just because it hurts your team, but they work so hard to play. And you only get to play so many games in your life. And she missed 11 games. She'll never get back. Never get back. She'll get it back as a pro, but she'll never get it back as an Iowa State student athlete. And so to see the work she put in, and she worked so hard, because everyone was kind of like, well, we'll just shut it down and maybe, and that was never in her thought process. She's like, Coach, I'm gonna play. I'm like, okay, well, you decide with the medical people. That's not my call. And like I told you guys, my number one thing was obviously get her healthy, but number 2, we have, especially me, I have an obligation to her, because she's gonna, like I said, she's gonna be a pro. And we're not gonna grind her into the ground at Iowa State and take the chance that her professional career is in jeopardy. That's not happening. So it all came together, and maybe, at the end of the year when everyone's just dog tired, and we just got a little boost of adrenaline when she came back.
She made a pass pretty early in the game where it looked like Addy's packing it in, Addy's packing it in. Arizona State clearly thought that's where it was going, and no look pass to AJ, only basket for AJ in the game. Was that a she's back moment kind of thing?
I just said that on the radio. You must have been listening to it. That's exactly what I said. That was, and again, when you look at every team is built in a certain way. We built our team, certainly, like you guys know, I'm a baseball guy, you got to build it up the middle. And we built it with Jada, Addy, and Audie. And when Addy's not in there, a lot of our offensive flow isn't very good. Meaning me, put way too much on Jada's plate for a while. But to have another person that can facilitate offense and understand, as you guys know, she's ultra skilled, but she's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever been around. There's not a lot of players that I've been around that see the play before it happens. Not in the women's game. Not the great ones do. There's not as many as you think. She's one of them. And it's like, I know where you're going. You don't know where I'm going. And 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 points in 20 minutes for a kid that hadn't played in 6.5 weeks. It's pretty impressive.
And I'll ask about the game itself. This team had been Arizona State had been really competitive. I think they lost by double digits twice. TCU was a little bit higher margin this one. To be able to, the way they battled while you guys tried to stretch the lead, how hard was it, even with Addy back, to give them that knockout punch at towards the end of the third quarter?
No, it's hard. They're good. They're skilled. They're well coached. Ultra physical. and the other thing about a lot of teams in the modern day world, it's portal and it's old. They're very old, and so when you have old guys, sometimes you don't panic as much and you just keep playing. And all those kids have played at a high level and done very well. But you just got to keep grinding away at it. But yeah, it was the third quarter, early fourth was there. We finally did knock them out a little bit, but because of the way they play and how hard they play, and again defensively they don't give up a ton of points, and for us to score 90 was a pretty good night.
Has Addy missing those games forced Jada to become a better player?
I don't know if it forced her to become a better player. I think it's forced her to maybe accept some responsibility that was kind of put on her because she was our primary ball handler. And people forget too, Reese missed some time in there too. So our three primary facilitators, two of them missed a lot of time. So it's like, here, Jada, and it's kind of like, yeah, give Jada the ball and everyone runs down the court and, please get it up here to us. And that's not her fault, that was my fault. And I don't think it's an accident that Jada's turnovers, if you look at the games that Addy Brown played compared to the games she didn't play, it's dramatically different. I think there's an edge to Jada, a toughness to her always, but yeah, I think she's probably right now like, hey, not that she was, hey, I'm the third person in this trio. I think now she knows she's one of the better point guards in the country, and the way she's playing for our team is amazing. And I thought she had another great night tonight.
I thought Addy did a really good job, obviously, like you mentioned, of filling out the sheet in less than 20 minutes a game, but her energy and just her leadership on the court, what does that just feel like from your team and from the other ladies just rolling into the next 6 to 8 weeks of basketball?
Yeah, I think the best way to put it was when she actually practiced on Monday, the energy in the building was ridiculous. Because everyone knows, how hard she plays, how smart she is. She's always talking. She wants to be a coach. She acts like a coach. She talks like a coach. And she's very good within the game, on the court. Like the game's going on and there might be a dead ball. Our timeouts are always very short. And everyone's like, why don't you let him sit there longer? Well, number one, I can't talk for 2 minutes. I'm not that smart. I say what I got to say. It's like, but I like for them to go, let them talk. They're playing. And Addy's really good at that. And I think she has a very comforting way of calming people down when they're about ready to lose their minds. And she's very good at it. And I think she knows that's one of the big things this team needs besides her skills. She's a leader in the right way, which is pretty cool.
Jada was on fire to start this game. 4 for 5 shooting, 12 points, 2 of those coming on 3-pointers. Just how important is it to have a player kick off a game so well?
Yeah, I think, we talked before the game that when you play a team like this and, it's a game that both teams, are looking at for postseason resume, and you knew they were going to play well. And, we talked a lot about we need to come out and hit, have the first quarter be a good one. And, Jada and Addy both, but we ran a couple plays early to kind of use Audie as a decoy and let Jada and Addy, very first play of the game was a dribble handoff. Jada got a jump shot out of it. Actually, Addy and Jada basically put that play in yesterday in practice, so I will take credit for it, but it was their play. So yeah, I think, and like anyone, basketball is such a weird thing. Is when you see one of those first 2-3 shots go in, you just feel a lot better about it. You think it's going to be my night. Where if you miss 2 or 3 to start the game, you might get a little tense about it, but it was nice to see her get off to a good start.
Bill, I'm curious when you mentioned postseason resumes. When it comes to Selection Sunday in the committee, do you feel like they should view this team as the team that has Addy Brown, or how do you weigh how the season as a whole is viewed?
That's a great question. I really don't know. We are told a lot of things about they evaluate, you know, your performance, you know, with, or, you know, full lineup. I mean, if you look at our team, I'm not positive, but I think we're 15-1 with Addy Brown playing. It's not bad. And the only loss is a 2-point home loss to Baylor. So I would think that'd be part of it, but you know, same with AJ. I mean, AJ missed 3 games that we lost. So I know that is part of the discussion. Now, how much do they use it? I really don't know, but hopefully now what they'll see is they'll see our team as complete, hopefully, as we were before her injury.
Do you have an update on EP?
She has an elbow injury, obviously. She's in a sling. She had her MRI today. They're meeting with the doctor tomorrow to make a decision. But she is out for an extended amount of time. They're discussing plans. So we'll know tomorrow. We'll make sure Sarah tells it. But she has a meeting tomorrow with the medical staff to kind of decide what her options would be.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Appreciate
you.